going. Just.
Why are you? What's up with that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I've been told.
This doesn't have anything to do with you, Trenton.
Coming up on deck is Nathan Hodges. Get over
Woo!
And coming to stage right now is Katie Eisnagel.
Woo!
I was going to say, if you're happy, you know it scratch your beard, but I didn't. I just did anyway because he scratched his beard anyway. I had a coworker who I wasn't clocked in yet. I look like Grimise. It's okay. But I walked up to the front counter and they were having a conversation that I just walked in on, and I overheard. But I spilled my grandpa's ashes on the floor, and then I had to vacuum them up. And I felt awful, but then like weird things started happening in the house. And so like thankfully we moved, but like things started falling off the shelves. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I find that hilarious that you spilled your grandpa on the floor and then you had to vacuum him up, like, and then now he's mad. Usually he's just like throwing stuff on the floor everywhere. He's like, fuck you. Spilling me on the ground. Like, you didn't appreciate me. I bought you stuff. I don't know. But Abby Finkenauer only thinks once an hour. Iowa deserves more than that. Iowa deserves more than once an hour. Sponsored by Fred Hubble. And then Fred Hubble is bald. He hates people with hair. You know who's not bald? Abby Finkenauer. Don't vote bald. Sponsored by, and Abby supports Abby, this message. Abby Finkenauer, whatever, I don't know. I don't even know who his names are. I just know he's bald and she has hair. That's about it. But what do you call a graham crack? Or, my bad, I just totally ruined that. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Okay, so like, if you get a dog fix, and then it grows its stuff back, and then you get it fixed again, is it ridiculous? Alright, and Helen Keller's parents, I bet they were like, you know, like, they spend a lot of time on this kid, though. They're like, we try so hard, but, like, all she can say is water. Like, she runs into stuff, and anybody has anyone ever thought of, like, Helen Keller's perspective, though? She can't see anything, they're just, like, putting stuff in front of her, and she's just like, ugh. And then she thinks she's grabbing food, and then it's a sponge. And she tries to eat it. Wouldn't you be upset? Be like, oh, I thought this was a fucking cookie, or macaroni and cheese, or a brownie, and it's like, it's a sponge. You'd be upset. Don't tell me you wouldn't be upset. Just shove a sponge in your mouth and you thought it was a brownie. You wouldn't like it. But pot calling the kettle black, but you can't really say pot or kettle. Actually, you can't say pot or black anymore. Never mind. You can say kettle, I guess. But both of those words are not cool anymore because you're not allowed to like pot or you're not allowed to say that word anymore. But that's just what everyone says. But football is more fun if you pretend that it's an angry like lover who's chasing after their ex who cheated on them as they tackle them. Yeah, it's way more fun. I promise you this. But yeah, what do you call a white grandma? A graham cracker. But yeah. For dyslexic, it's Blink 128, and I wrote down Thug Life, Smug Life. I don't know why. Whatever. But if you're watching like a movie, I don't care what you're watching it on. Like if you have cable anymore, no one thinks that's cable anymore. But Hulu, Netflix, cable, YouTube, and you're watching a show and it kind of sounds like sex, but then there's a scene that's kind of like, sounds like sex, but it's not though. But it's like a girl like screaming or going into labor or something, but you have roommates. And your walls are thin. And you know they hurt, but you can't turn the volume down. Your volume's up loud because you suck. But it's too late to turn it down now. So, like, they already heard it, so now all you can do is, like, just sit there in, like stillness and hope that they're not listening to you. And, it's just, like, really uncomfortable. But you hear them, you hear, like, the awkward cough outside the wall, because they know. And then all you can do is just continue to sit there until it's over. Finally, it's over, and then, finally, you can take that walk of shame outside of the room, but even though you know you didn't do anything, it's still awkward. It's just wrong. It's not okay. Because people assume things. Just play it off. It's okay. It's alright. People talking on invisible phones all the time. I know. I am finishing. I am the finish. And they talk on the phone all the time, and it's not actually a phone, and you think they're talking to you, but they're not. And it's really confusing because you think you're having a conversation with you, especially a drive-through. And they drive up and they're all like, oh, hey, hi, how was another day? And they're not talking to you. And I'm like, okay, well, here's your sauce packets. And have a good day. And thank you. Bye.